So when you're trading the markets and you're not sure what's going on in the markets and you want to get a really good clear picture of what's actually happening with the charts, it's important to go back to basics and wipe everything from the screen and do the analysis on the charts. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today, because I'm doing this actually for myself, but I thought I'd put up the recording as well too. So let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, so I'm going to back the basics in this video, and I'm going to back the basics and I'm going to, just do my analysis. I was going to do this anyway this morning. The market's still live right now. You can see it's actually 3:27 in the afternoon in America anyway. And I thought, you know what? I'm doing my trading right now and I want to go back to basics. I want to know exactly what's happening with these markets and what's happening with these charts and what I can expect moving forward, because I want to stay on top of these charts all this time. So as you can see, I only have volume on these charts, and volume's not even that important at the moment as well too. What we're looking at is we're looking at the chart itself. And as you can see, this is one of the biggest mistakes that traders make, is they try to analyze the charts with moving averages and MACDs and stochastics and stuff like that. Now, yes, I use stochastics, and you've seen me use those in the past, and I still use those. I think they're a good tool. But the most important thing, it's 90% price action, 10% indicators. And that's what I say. So what I'm looking at right now is the Dow Jones 30. I believe this is I believe if you look at all the charts, I believe if this chart is doing something, then everything else follows. Bit of green tea in me. All right, that's just what I've noticed anyway. And also a bit of lemon water this morning while I'm trading. So what I do see, guys, is this. Firstly, let's actually do some analysis. We're going back to basics. There's nothing on the chart. You can see it's just a white background, no grid lines, and just a black open highlight close charts. Let's go back to basics and see exactly what is happening with these charts. So firstly, I can see that we do have, obviously, we have like a bit of a topping pattern. So if I go from here to here, no, not there to there, basically from there to there, we can see there's something going through there. But I also can see, if I just draw this trend line, I can see definitely from moving forward recently that we do have this big trend line coming down through here. Okay, makes sense? So remember, this is a weekly chart here, by the way. So we have this weekly trend line coming through here. Let me just move this over a little bit. So I'm going to move this over, and I'm trying to analyze basically the last couple of years worth of data. Let me squeeze this up a little bit through here, and I'm going to squeeze this up through here. So as you can see, I'm trying to get just a much clearer picture of what's happening through here. Now I can notice that there's a whole bunch of area of support and resistance through here. And so I can see that there's this resistance through here, basically all through there. You can see a bunch of support and resistance level. So it's more of an area on the weekly chart, not a finite level. So the area for me would be as high as up that point through there. So you can see the high point through there. You can see a whole bunch of resistance. The high point through there, and as low as down through, I would say, possibly even there. Actually, you know what? We'll do that there, and then we also have another level right there where we are right now. So that point through there, that's the resistance level. In fact, this is the area. This is the majority of the area right there, I would say. So this whole area through here, and especially if I just highlight this one area through there, this whole area, especially that level through there, is indeed the this is the. So if I just edit that for a bit, let me see if I can make that filling color a lot more darker. There we go, 100%. All right, cool. So that's what I see on this weekly chart. There's no doubt about that. This market's run down. We're having a run back up, and we're getting into this area of resistance where we are right now. We had this last time it came through here and it got rejected. That's an area of resistance. You can see, but as high as we go up to this point here, yeah, Yeah, you can see that. You can see like all these points through here as well, through there. So it's probably a bit lower than that. It's probably around about that through there, because you've got all these low points through here, all these low points through here, and you've got these support levels through here. So this whole area, if you look at it, this whole area is a resistance level, right? Because you can see there's not really one area. So now we're seeing exactly what's happening on the markets. We can see that also the market's finding a lot of support down here at these levels. So remember, we don't want too much on the screen, but we can identify what's actually happening through here. And if I just squeeze that, move over through there, we can see that if I draw this trend line coming down through there, that's also an area of resistance. Okay, so now we're not getting too technical here. We're just saying, okay, where are the major areas of support and resistance? Because these are the parameters we need to identify. So now we've identified that. Let's go to the daily chart. So I'm going to flick this over to a daily chart now. Now we're looking at this on a daily chart. And all I did is just press 1 for you guys using TC2000. I just press 1. So, and this is a form of like how to read the actual market as well too. So now we're looking at these charts. We're saying, okay, cool. What's happening right now in these markets? Well, right now, if I squeeze this chart up just for the last couple of years, we can see that we've gone through an extended run and we're still extending up to the high side. The market's up about 2% right now. As you can see up here, it's 1.9%. It's actually dropping back from that area where it is right now. It's getting very, very close to this area where it is now. So maybe another one or two updates. And this is where the Dow Jones, where it may actually start failing. So we can see what's happening through here. We're getting to this point through where we are right now. And we're getting into an area where the market is what we call having an extended run. Now, the market moves in buys, in strength and weakness. Now, what I mean by that is this, is that generally speaking, is that if the market moves, if we get a strong buying period, and we get generally we get a pullback, right? 50 to 61% pullback. That's what we call weak sellers. Strong buyers, weak sellers. Peaks and troughs. But sometimes the market can go through a phase where you have like strong buyers, but then suddenly we go into a weak buying period. So this was strong buyers. Now this is weak buyers. That generally leads to more downside. Now when this more downside happens, we don't know. But this is what I call a bullish looking flag. Looks like a bullish looking flag, but it's actually a reversal flag. So we have strong buyers, then we have weak buyers. Those weak buyers are saying they're running out of steam, and the sellers are soon likely to come in like that. So with that being said, that's exactly what we're seeing on these charts right now. You can see how this market's had this big strong run up through here, and if I draw some trend lines, you can see we've had this big strong run up through there. So that's that big strong run up, and it actually looks like a bit of a flag, right? And if I draw my trend lines through there, you can see where the flag is, where I'm looking at. So, but if I draw that through there, and then I do my analysis, do a parallel trend line, get the exact same line, and connect it up through there. You see what I did just there? So it actually looks like a bullish flag, right? It looks like one of those flag formations for you guys that are the beginners. So it looks like a flag formation. So, but that for me, guys, is actually a bearish sign in the markets. Now, the thing is that this can continue staying here, and like it did over here, it actually went through these flags and then broke out and continued up. But what we actually have in this overall chart itself, if we go back to the weekly chart, we've actually now started to break down overall, and we're now starting to create this rounding top. And if I go to the monthly chart, this is the monthly chart now we're looking at, and we can see now even on the monthly chart that these areas through here is a whole bunch of area of resistance. So yes, we're getting a major rally to the high side. And if I bring up, say, the 60-minute chart, this is the hourly chart. You can see what I'm saying here by it just channeling up. Now you can see actually we're actually failing at this resistance level. I didn't even realize that. You can see here the hourly chart. Bam, bam, bam. We can actually see all those resistance levels through there. So what I'm looking at here, guys, is this: is that yes, this market's rallying up, and we've actually had an extended run up. So I'm actually expecting a small pullback here anyway. But we are getting into a major area of resistance. We're getting into a major areas of weekly resistance now. When the market's running up slowly, not strongly. Yes, we had a strong day today, but if you look at the bigger picture, don't just look at the one bar, but take the picture in for what it is. Now, one of my old mentors said sometimes a head and shoulder formation can lead into what we call a head test before the breakdown. Now, what that means is this, is that if we look at this here, we've had this run down, run up, run down, run up, okay, run up through there, then we had this run down, run up, run down. Okay, so we've had this head and shoulder. This is the left shoulder, head, this is the right shoulder. What I've actually seen and what I've actually been told from my mentors is that sometimes the market won't just break down here. Sometimes it'll run back up towards the neckline, what we call the head test. It'll fail through here, and then the move will actually start to ensue on the downside. Now that doesn't happen in one day. We're talking over the next couple of months. So anyway, guys, that's the analysis for today. I did this because I wanted to know what's going on, because I personally did expect a bit more downside tonight. I open up my charts, I see the market's up 2%. So the market's trying to move, the market's trying to make things happen. And if I go back to the hourly chart and squeeze this hourly chart up, you can see where we're at. Is that the hourly chart? Yeah. Yeah, you can see where we're at with the hourly chart. Let me open that right up again, and you can see where we're at right now. We're actually failing where we are now. You can see we've had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, but these last couple of hours, you can actually see we've actually been struggling. So I'm actually expecting more downside from here. But this is the hourly chart, by the way. This could be just a 2 or 3 or 4 hour pullback, and before we go up again. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. Hope you enjoy this. This is just another tool. I hope you put this in your tool of arsenals of how to read the market properly. Hey, it's John Howell here, and thanks so much for watching my video. You see, I'm putting out daily videos and education on helping you learning the art of successful trading. So click on the subscribe button to keep up to date with every video I do. Also, check out my story video, $250,000 in debt, cancer, overweight, family passing away, lived on the streets, and more, and how I overcome it and now thriving through my life. This is here to motivate you, so click on that image to watch my video. And lastly, if you're struggling with your trading, then you need to see my latest webinar where I'm sharing with you an amazing strategy that allows you to generate an income without getting the direction right. So click on that image on this page to register for my next free webinar. This is John Howell here. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.